Good evening, everyone. Welcome to OM Talks. I am Richard. If you don't know me by now, I am the Product Engagement Specialist for OM Systems in the UK. And today we've got a really special episode for you. So we are talking about skateboarding, and we've recently done an event with a company called Shredenhams and WEX, the retailer. And today we are going to be showing you everything we did at that event. And we should have some really fun images for you to see, and some really fun chats amongst us all. We also had Krish come along as well for the ride and show us how it's all done. So let's do some introductions. So I have initially the infamous Craig, who everyone knows in OM. And he came along for the day. So hello, Craig. How you doing?
Good evening. How are we?
Yeah, good. So, so what you've been up to, Craig? You've been busy?
Yeah, as always. So, I mean, it's my first time I've actually been on live, so actually online.
Right.
So most of our customers will get to meet me face to face. Obviously, I do a lot of events with you now. You're on board, and I've been with OM for 5 years. But I've been shooting the Olympus and OM cameras for probably up to 15 years now. So yeah, it's I'm normally out and about. I've been doing lots of events. Obviously, we're fresh back from Bird Fair. We've been doing all kinds of wildlife, street walks, and obviously the skateboarding. So we do a variety of things. They've all been fun in their own different ways. But yeah, so busy basically, mate, is the answer to your question. So
yeah, and obviously we've just both come back from Bird Fair as well, haven't we? So
yeah,
we're both in full recovery mode, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my voice might sound a little bit deeper than normal. So it's 3 days in a hot, sweaty marquee was not the best, but yeah, but no, it's always good to see our customers. So
yeah, I've gone higher, you've gone lower, so hopefully we'll balance out. So our next guest I'll bring on is a lovely gentleman who is so passionate about skateboarding and bringing that into the community. So let's bring on Tim. Hello, Tim. How are we doing?
I'm good. Yeah. How is everybody?
Good. Really good. So so is this the first time you've done a live like this, or you've done a few, or?
No, I've never done any live streaming or any real podcasts before, anything like this. Done a few interviews kind of explaining who we are and what we do. I think Shredenhams has kind of thrown us into a funny sort of sphere where people are outside of skateboarding are quite interested in what we're doing, with it being like the former Debenhams and having such a silly name. It's drawn us a lot of attention to us.
Yes, yeah, and we'll kind of come on to that in a minute. So we'll hold fire on the story, because I know there's a very good story behind the whole Shredenhams name in itself. So
yeah,
so we'll come on to that in a minute. And then I'm going to bring on the big guy himself, a bit of a legend in the photography world, and that is Krish. So good evening, Krish. How are we doing?
Good evening. How are you doing, guys? Everybody okay?
All good.
Good.
So, so what's your latest project? What you've been doing recently?
Back to portraiture, pal. Yeah, I went to the dizzying heights of high adrenaline again for a weekend, like, and then it's back to the daily grind, as you know, like, you know. So but it was an incredible day over with you guys, and massive thank you to OM, to WEX, and to you as well, Tim, for putting it on. You know, really good day.
No worries.
So, and I know we haven't got you for too long, because you're the busiest person in the world. So we will try and get to you in a bit of an interview with you as soon as possible. And let's bring on the last man in the ring here. So an absolute infamous, well-known events manager in the whole entire photographic industry. I will never do justice in comparison. So let's bring on Mr. Mark Baber. How are you doing?
Thanks, Richard. Great, really good. That's a really nice intro. It just proves I've been around for quite a bit. The rush to my hotel room. It's still.
We're losing you a little bit already. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Back
in the room.
We got you.
I haven't moved at all, right? I haven't moved. No, very busy, and obviously doing quite a lot with you guys as well as a collaboration. So, yeah, really excited about what's coming up and what we've been doing, since I've been on board at WEX. So, yeah, really, really good. Good to see everybody on the back of the event that we did back in June. Feels like it was years ago, but only a few weeks ago. So, yeah, really good.
Yeah, it has been quite a few weeks, but you know what? There's a few memories that always stick in my head about this event that just were really, really poignant, and I think there were some really fun points. So, and we'll kind of get into those bits later. So, guys, let's talk. We'll bring on the slides first. I think that's probably the most poignant piece, and then we'll kind of talk about how we got to here, right? But before I do that, everyone that's viewing this, please leave a comment. Let us know where you're from. Any questions throughout, please put them in for any of us, whether it's skateboarding related, whether it's photography related, whatever it might be. Get involved, give us a few comments, and we'll keep the community happy and keep it going. So let's bring on this. Look how happy we all are. Look, we can all see nice little group shots. So realistically, I think most people would question, why are OM doing a skateboard event and why are we kind of teaming up with everyone to make it happen? And I guess this was a little bit of me, unfortunately, kind of going, I really wish I was a skateboarder. I really wish I could do that one day. Yeah, and to give you an idea, I can't even balance on a board. I'm hoping one day Tim's going to really help me with that. But I also don't think my wife would actually let me on a skateboard. So, so we'll see how that goes. So I wanted to take that dream of kind of, as children, we all saw skateboarders on the news and on the internet and through magazines and all those really, really cool images. And I thought, how great would it be to kind of relive that and try and recreate that. So as you all do, when you're searching for a skate park, automatically you do go straight to Google and go, give me a skate park near me. And the first one that seems to have happened was Shredenhams, and Tim, your Google search must be really, really good. So to make that happen.
that name has done us a lot of favors. There's not many Shredenhams out there.
No, exactly. And then to kind of create this workshop, to recreate all these iconic scenes, to make all this happen, you then need a retailer and you need an ambassador that knows what they're doing. And obviously, Chris, yourself, you were kind of there in the background, ready to go, right?
Absolutely,
your background.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, and in my hometown as well, which was absolutely amazing. So I tell you what, it was pure shock walking into the building for the first time. I remember as a young teen cutting through the old Debenhams store, right, to get the cabinets, and it was just like, whoa, this is an immense use of this space. Like, so, yeah, it was nostalgia and something new all kind of rolled into one, which was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. So I don't obviously remember the store being a Debenhams, right? But when I booked the meeting with Tim and I went in for the first time, I was so completely overwhelmed, and I went to the desk and went, I need to speak to Tim, but I have no idea where I am because this place is just gigantic. And hopefully when we show you the images you'll kind of get an idea for it. But obviously we then brought kind of WEX on board to kind of make it happen so people could see kit throughout the day. And, OM also didn't disappoint, did it, Craig? How much kit did we bring?
Probably way too much, but it's better to be safe than sorry, isn't it? So yeah, we had a little bit of everything for them to try. So yeah, and it was good to see people using it as well on the day. So
yeah, so we pretty much assigned it to the point where we had like 3 of every lens, and then in the OM3s, I think we had like 25 bodies or something. It was quite a lot of kit on the table, which is really exciting to see.
Yeah.
So what were your initial thoughts then, guys, of the venue? Talk to me.
This will be
wants to go first.
Well, I'll kick off.
Go on, Mark. You go for it.
Yeah, it's rough and ready, and it's ideal for in terms of urban photography. It's perfect. But I think what Tim and his team, and no doubt his family, have been involved over time to recreate those areas that we managed to get the shots with the customers was the amount of hard work that's gone into actually locating things and the lighting, and it's excellent, really, really good. Everything's accessible. The team behind the bar and the coffees and the refreshments, we were made welcome from the start. And the room where we did the presentations, everything was accommodating to all the customers that attended. So it felt like a real proper event setup that's been thought through quite considerably. So good on you, Tim, for setting that up, and no doubt you're continuously busy with it as well. So yeah,
that's amazing to hear, because I mean, I can explain the space when we get to it, but that is that's some really good feedback. Maybe we're not quite as thought out as we present. It's coming together.
It's funny you say that, though, but everyone kind of followed naturally where they were going. So there wasn't like a few people over there and a few people over there. Everyone actually kept together quite well. So I mean, you didn't go in and go, oh my God, what a mess. It's just like, it's absolutely ideal. And especially the escalator demonstration, the guys, what they did there was a lot of hard work, because the two guys were like sweating and exhausted, but they still kept going. And you'll see later the shots that some of the customers got were absolutely superb.
I should with that give a little shout out.
People don't get the chance to do these shots, do they? It's
no, that's it.
Absolutely. I'd love to just shout out Benny and George for doing the skating for us. They were, like you say, they worked so hard.
Yeah, they were amazing.
Yeah, they were immense.
Yeah, they were some serious talent. So well done for getting them on board for us. But their skills, their determination, and even they're helpful to kind of help to get the customers the shots they wanted. They end up being so involved in wanting to kind of get the customers the shots that it felt really personal from their side of things as well. And that was really, really a nice touch. So so a big thank you from everyone on that.
They're great.
They really are. They really are. So Tim, tell us a little bit more about Shredenhams then. How did this happen? How did we get to here?
So it's a funny thing, because it's actually like Shredenhams looks, and to a lot of people, like the first thing we've done, because it's just been such a high profile thing, and it's thrown us into the spotlight in many, many ways. But it's actually been, we as a business, we're actually 15 years old this summer. So 15 years ago, we opened up our first space in an old on an old college campus. So our actual business name is Campus. So we're Campus Skate Parks. We're registered as a community interest company, and we set up our first skate park 15 years ago on a college campus, hence the name. And since then, we've kind of at the very beginning, we were kind of bringing community and youth work together in a skate park setting. And those were always our goals. There's quite a long story of how we've got to here, but that's the start of it. And those were the goals. And every single thing you see within Shredenhams is an idea that we had probably 14 or 15 years ago, but haven't had the right spaces and the right partners to work with. So skate parks, we've got two other skate parks, one in the north of Bristol, one in the south Bristol, Campus Pool and Campus Park. They're both more kind of community hubs. They're as far apart as you can be in Bristol and still lay claim to being in Bristol. So, and Shredenhams forms the kind of central location, the last kind of piece in the puzzle of having this central event space. And we always wanted it to be an event space, and to be as diversity is kind of at the key of everything. It should be the core of everything. It's kind of like good business practice to be at the core of everything as well. But we always want to surprise people with who we work with, how broad our kind of user group is, and how many ways people can engage with our spaces. So yeah, that's kind of a bit about who we are. Shredenhams, gosh, how do I? Should I give like the full, like, kind of like this is how it happened kind of story, or like really go in on that?
I'll give it. Let's have the 2-minute version.
Okay, 2-minute version of how it happened. Yeah. So essentially, it's testament to how embedded we are in communities. So it only happened because of the backstory. Now, the agent that represented the landlord, who owned the space, he was under a lot of pressure to find a temporary use for this space. It's been derelict had been derelict for 3 years, and a total eyesore right in the centre of Bristol. The plans for redevelopment were on hold. The place had been completely stripped out, ready for demolition, and they were in a bit of a mess trying to find a meanwhile use for a huge space. And the agent was taking his son to lessons at Campus Pool, skateboarding lessons. And from there, he was kind of having a coffee, and he just sent a cold email to the info box saying, "You guys are, you've renovated spaces. Would you be keen on viewing this space?" I sat on it for a couple of days, not knowing quite if it was serious or whether we were serious. Anyway, I met with him, had a look around the space, and yeah, it really, really quickly came together. So it took us a few months to negotiate the lease. So we are very much temporary use. We're there up until currently the 31st of March next year. We're kind of negotiating now on another year extension. So, touch wood, that will come good. We have been very well received. We've really lived up to our side of the bargain with making it a genuine community space and making it as busy as possible. The council, the people in charge of kind of the Broadmead redevelopment plans in the centre of Bristol, they're very happy with the kind of the new energy that's being brought there, other than just retail, because there's so many vacant units down there. But yeah, that's kind of who we are, how it's come about, and like kind of where we're at. We're kind of braced to be asked to leave, but we're really hoping we get to stay there for as long as we possibly can.
Yeah, and then just quickly, kind of how unique is this place in the skating world? Is there anywhere else like it?
So yeah, it's pretty unique in the fact that it is so central, and the size of it, right? So usually spaces this big will be, they're going to be old warehouse spaces on the outskirts of town. There is another kind of temporary use in Pitt Street. Where's Pitt Street again? Portsmouth. They're doing a fantastic job in an old Sainsbury's. So we've got a similar vibe to them. Their floor, you can see on that picture that our floor, those tiles cracked so bad. Like if security guards tell you you're going to crack the tiles, you definitely are going to crack the tiles. So Pitt Street have got this amazing supermarket floor that the floor's never going to crack. We're constantly doing fix-up jobs and maintenance and pouring concrete. But yeah, so that's the place that's kind of as similar as you can get to this. And it's like, there's loads of skate parks around the country, loads of indoor spaces, loads of even more outdoor spaces. But this one is incredibly unique in its centralness, its kind of rough and ready pop-upness, and the fact that it is so big and really pushing diversity and really going for that event space vibe. Like, we're hosting a music event this week where we've sold out to capacity. So we've got 500 tickets sold. So we're really pushing into the realms of something new and diverse here.
It's awesome. And I think one of the comments says it all. So it really does feel like a community space. It really does feel like that, because it's not just skateboarding you do there, right? It's lots of different things.
Yeah, there's so I guess there's so many different things. There's different groups have kind of latched onto us and used us as their kind of meeting spot. Like, we're very open to people using us for their own purposes. As long as people have a drink or something, it all makes sense. So there's Magic the Gathering. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah.
Like the game.
Yeah.
They meet up and they can have really busy get-togethers. Beyblades. Do you remember Beyblades? The kind of spin things. They meet up regularly, and they had the European Championships there, which is mad. We did a Pokemon swap meet as well. So we've really got into like this funny sphere of like alternative communities.
That's cool.
And then we do a lot of work with our own community. So I'm really proud that this summer, so starting next week, we're offering funded spaces for a holiday club that's fully free for children on free school meals. So we're doing that every day of the school summer holidays over all 3 venues, in fact. But it's been a mad kind of scramble to get that together, to be able to like staff up and be able to do it from this space with its temporary kind of nature means it's temporary staff as well. So it's like, I don't know how we've managed to pull it off, but we're starting next week. So yeah, there's so many layers to it and so many ways of engaging with a broad and diverse community.
Beautiful. Well, I can't wait to see what happens with more as time goes on. And hopefully you guys get kind of another year out of it at least. I think it's a really exciting venue with lots of different things. I've got one more question for you though. So skateboarding and photography have always really gone hand in hand with each other. What makes that relationship so strong in your eyes?
Well, for in my eyes personally, it goes back to being a teenager and being inspired by skateboarding, right? And like that first thing is always the magazine. It was for me anyway. Like back then, it was magazines that were handed around the playground, and yeah, like I think I still love print media. I still like flicking through magazines a lot. I think you go back to images much more frequently then. And I think there's more of people are becoming a bit tired of digital, like online stuff and Instagram. Instagram particularly has been massive in the skateboard world. It like really is. It's launched so many professional careers. It's mad. But now that's gone more towards clips and less about photos. But like the magazine and like the print media and that kind of just spending hours going over magazines and going back over them and then kind of learning the names of photographers from these magazines and never knowing who they are because you never see their pictures, and then years later you work out who people are. I think that's something that's quite lost now, but it was really special then.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Anyone else got any views about kind of the event space, the whole entire unit? Chris, any thoughts?
I just think it's, as I say, it was in the best possible way. It was an emotional sort of homecoming, like to see it and what it's been developed into. Absolutely awesome. I kind of just echo what Mark said. That whole feeling of nostalgia, and then how nice Tim and his team were. It was just absolutely awesome. And then once you get that, I wasn't aware of obviously the back room where we did the presentation and stuff like that as well, and like seeing like a live music stage there and things. It's like, wow, this is like it's a lot, right? I could have spent the whole morning just walking around. It's amazing what you guys have done now. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's really, really good. All right, so we're going to move on slightly. And Chris, you're up next, mate. You ready for my intense questions?
There, dude. I should have sent it to you.
You sent it to me, so it's all yours. So hopefully you're ready for all my technical, intense questions. You are the person that we obviously brought in to kind of not necessarily host the event, but be the ambassador for the event, right? To talk the customers through how to do it, what to do it. But before I go too much into that, just give us an idea about your background in skateboard photography. How did that start? Well, like, to give you an example, was it photography first or was it skateboarding first?
It was actually inline skating first, which I used to do, and I tell you what, I was horrified to learn. During my presentation, I showed an image of a spot that I used to skate at, called Little Lloyd's, right in Bristol, And one of the attendees at lunch went down there and found that the whole thing had just been demolished. And so he kept like after my Burger King, I was literally the first thing that he told me. So I was like, oh no, nightmare. But yeah, through injury, unfortunately, and just being a sort of an overzealous teen, I had to stop that quite quickly. And then it was always a chase to kind of latch on to the sport, and you meet some wonderful people in this community. Without, I'm sure Tim will echo that sentiment there. It's a really, really welcoming and inviting sort of community. So you never really lose touch with it once you're in it, irrespective of whether you skate or not. So I always kind of stuck around it, and as my skills with a camera developed, getting out there and shooting video, shooting stills as well, and then later on in like kind of introducing lighting and stuff and just rigging out like bowls and skate parks and stuff really became a bit of a passion of mine. Not always professionally, of course. Sometimes you've got to just keep something for yourself, right? And that was like my go-to, my vice, like the thing that I just really enjoyed, and didn't want any commercial ties or art directors and all of that sort of thing hanging over my head when I'm doing that. So I wanted to be as free in my photography as the skaters are when they hit those ramps. So yeah, it's cool. Did that answer your question, Rich? Was that in depth enough, bro?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
Sure. If I'm wittering on, right? Cut me off. Yeah, cut me off if I'm wittering on.
Oh yeah. I'll just take you straight out. Yeah. So from that, then obviously, you obviously do your own stuff. You obviously work for another retailer, and that sort of thing. But kind of, obviously, I know we've been having discussions about you kind of using more OM over time, and how is that going on? And are we going to eventually see you join the ranks of OM ambassadorship? Do we know?
Give me the contract, pal, and we'll read it over. I'll read it with my team like a bit. But no, look, listen. Honestly, I had no fear going into this, and I had my preferred camera on the day. I came to you in the morning and said, look, give me an OM3 with that 7-14, and let's go, right? And that was, I didn't change my lens all day. It allowed me to get into the thick of the action. The image quality is not in question, right? OM camera is absolutely phenomenal. The micro four third sensor in this type of scenario also helps as well, so you can be ultra wide, almost fisheye, right? And literally plot that additional depth of field that traditionally you might have lost versus, let's say, a full frame sensor. That actually helps you, because these guys they're moving, right? They're moving real quick, and to freeze that motion, that action, it's second to none. So like I said, I had no fear and no hesitation about using that camera all day long. And of the few images that I did take on the day, because see chatting with all of the attendees and helping them out with their camera settings, etc., my attentions were elsewhere. But the shots that I did get, I mean, you're not looking at a case of how many am I chucking. It's oh god, which one do I keep to center rich for the presentation and all of that sort of thing, isn't it? So testament to a phenomenal system. And 1 Mark II as well is a real powerhouse. But I just love the build quality, the ergonomics on that OM3. It's a great bit of kit,
Yeah, it's a beautiful camera. It's one that you pick up and within 20 minutes, you know how to use it. All the colors are doing all the right things for you, and you just end up shooting. You don't even worry about kind of the what's happening on the camera. You just play with it and it works. So,
100%.
But we've actually got shots from you. So let me bring those up. So let's get rid of your face for a minute, because I'm sure you're fed up of looking at that.
Yeah,
so technically, what were we looking for out of a skateboard shot for the day?
Well, it's that whole capture that frozen moment, what I always look for is, does it raise the hairs on the back of your neck? Okay, and in the small sample that I was able to collect, I sent you over the 3 that kind of connected with me the most. I'm glad we're getting this part out of the way first, because to be honest with you, some of the attendee shots are absolutely amazing. They blow me out of the water like that. But look, and it's that whole thing of you can use the ambient light within the venue and just really pluck the grit out of it. I'm a lighting guy, right? So AKA I'm a bit of a control freak, right? So I like to control every single parameter of what's going on in the image there. And as you can see here, I've got a sort of a softbox on Bentley there as a bit of a key light, if you will, which is just behind the camera, and then you can actually see the light stand in the back of the image, which I don't mind. I think that adds a little something to it as a bit of a kicker light, a separator. I should have sent you over my exif details, to be honest with you, for the shots, but I think I was kind of shooting 7:14. I was shooting at about f8. ISO was say about 200 to 400, so quite low. And then my shutter speed, when I'm using flash, and I wasn't using high speed sync or anything like that, so I was capped out at about 250th of a second. And that gets you the image there. And the other part of the whole scenario is the lighting, right? So having lights which are capable of keeping up with the burst rates of the camera, and yeah, it all just comes together in unison, right?
Yeah. It's a nice thing, how to build layers into your shots, and I think actually the next one really kind of shows that. So you got that nice foreground, then you got the lighting on top of that, then you got the background, and you've just made it all work. But what a crazy shot, right?
Yes, absolutely immense. Like, and when you see these guys literally hitting boxes and going upstairs, it's like, oh, man, this is going to be awesome. Like I was looking at the reactions on the faces of everybody around. I was just kind of like, man, you vibe off of that, right? So your adrenaline's going, you're seeing that live action, and then you're seeing just pure joy around you as well, and I think by that point in the afternoon, everybody was on an OM camera as well, which was like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
And I guess sorry, and the other thing I was going to say is from the shots that I have seen, it's very much a case of some people used color and some people just went, no, black and white's the way forward to this. Like, what was your thought process on all of
that? Black and white for me in these types of scenarios really does build a different kind of atmosphere. My portrait work is quite moody and quite dark to this style of edit that you see here. But the development professionally is always about being able to achieve that look that you edit to in camera, right? So I'm very mindful of that when I'm approaching a situation like this. Doesn't matter how slow or fast that situation is. That always comes over time, right? The more you do something, the more you develop that skill. But I'm just looking at that ceiling there, that beam going across that leading line. I just want to get that grit out of that ceiling, because listen, that you trust the riders to take care of the rest. Yeah, so as long as your autofocus is autofocusing, and you've got all of your settings and your exposure right, it's you're absolutely in. I love that shot. That was one of my favorite of the day.
So Tim, you've only seen 2 shots now, right?
Yeah.
From Krish's work. What's your thoughts already? So there's one more shot to go, but before I bring it on,
okay,
where's your heads at on the 2 last shots that we've just shown?
This one's my favorite from the 2 for sure. I really like the way you're sort of doing. Okay, I know nothing about photography. Okay, my background is. I can look at this from just an aesthetic point of view and skateboarding. I love the way this is framed within the context of the building, and you're using parts of the building to kind of frame up the shot, it looks like, and the ledge along the bottom. the two beams crossing over in the ceiling, that weird bit of pipe work that's still up in the ceiling, and then the column down the left as well. I really like that, the way he's right, like it's George, isn't it? He's right in the middle.
Yeah.
And like
you sound like you know more about photography already than you let on, to be fair, mate.
Well, I don't know how you do that or how you think about that to take the shot. Do you know what I mean? But I know how to describe what I'm seeing. And George is perfectly in the middle and perfectly kind of captured at I think the thing with skateboarding photography that is really hard is that timing and getting it at you really want to catch. You want the photo of the catch, and what I mean is if it's a flip, it's like coming up into the skateboarder's feet kind of thing, and it's really so hard to time. But yeah, that's what's great with that one. Like the timing's right, the framing's wicked.
Okay, so the next shot. So the next shot we've got is a mission that I gave everyone in the afternoon to do, and I think a lot of people got this shot after Chris set this one up for them, and the skaters. I know the skaters were even worried about this shot. So this is how dangerous this one was, and I know it was a hard one to get, but I just think that is a crazy epic shot. So wall plant up the escalator, done, dusted. And those guys worked really hard for that. But Chris, how you set that up, I do not know.
So on hand with me was my good friend Simon, right? So when I got back into skateboard photography, Simon Russell used to come around all the skate parks with me, right? So I can't take full credit for the setup because we were kind of just stood there and then we dragged a bench over and we were stood up on the bench, and I think I was given a sticker. So I gave the boys a sticker, right? And I was like, look, I need you plant this sticker on the wall there. So if we zoom into that, I'm sure we'll post these out soon, right? So zoom in and have a look because he's actually plopping a smiley face sticker on the wall there, in and amongst, which is quite a cool moment in itself. But this is one of those. It's single light, and it's that light that you can see in the back there, which is kind of flaring. And it's Curse OM's. Chris, absolutely amazingly treated lenses because on a lesser optic that would have just flared right out, right? But you can see the quality of the lens as well on that by how controlled that flare is there. But yeah, dude, this is, I mean, as an obstacle in a skate park, this is ridiculous. Like I was watching the boys test it out before the guys come out, and I was like, oh boys, that's quick. And it's not the going up, it's the what you do when you're coming back down. This is panic.
I think it's it's quite deceptive, isn't it? It like I think if you don't skate, it's just a quarter pipe, right? Sure. It's just like, but it is so tight. It's so you have to have you have to get a lot of speed in a very short amount of time to get up there. And then you have to really adjust your body, like pushing your way up into it to come back down again. For me, with this kind of shot, this is the kind of shot that like 10 years time when there's a new shiny building there is really valuable. The kind of like it really demonstrates what the space was and how we're now using it really well. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then from a completely non-technical photography point of view, that's with a 7mm. So I was probably like if the arm had come out, he'd have caught my camera and knocked it out of my hand there, right? So you've got to with the subjects, you've really got to watch your subject's lines as well, to be able to anticipate that and the way that their body is moving and stuff. So that's my one hot tip of the whole session, right? Is just be aware of your surroundns, like
That's so interesting as well, like the way that you mentioned how close you are to it, because like there's so many skateboard photographers that when you watch the kind of behind the scenes and like how they're getting their shots, right? Which, you know, I geek out on all this kind of stuff. Like I'll watch all the interviews and all the behind the scenes stuff. But there's a lot of people that will hold their camera just in position. They're not looking through the viewfinder at all. They're just through, like James Griffiths. He's a friend of mine. Used to work for us. He's gone on to have he's got an amazing career in specific skateboard photography, and he doesn't actually do much else other than travel and take photos now. He's got himself into a great position just being a skateboard photographer. Never looks at his camera. He will get so close and he'll just push it right in the line of fire, and quickly take the shot and then move it away. It's amazing, but it's like, it looks really haphazard, but it's very well thought out.
So, yeah, I think this is one. I remember me and Tim chatting, and we were walking around the park for the first time, and I saw those, and I went, right, Tim, we need a shot on there. What's the chances? And I remember Tim saying, I'm not sure you're going to get that. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get that. But so it was literally the pure challenger going, no, actually, Tim, we're going to get this for you. We're going to get this shot and like make it happen. So you've got something for social that you go, that's the banging shot. So, so well done for Chris for getting it. But I'm sure, obviously, a lot of our other customers got it as well. So, yeah, well done to everyone that took part on getting that. Especially the skater, because what you don't see in that image is obviously there's not a lot of space behind after that to stop, right? So so
I think for both of them, Richard, that morning they were both apprehensive, and I think then I think Benny started doing it first on the other escalator. Then I think once George saw it, he's like, well, I've got to do it now as well. So I think that does build up, doesn't it? It's that competitive nature as well. So they were hitting it so hard.
And they sort of loosened up through the day and really got into the kind of vibe of just like skating with people, and like kind of came out of themselves. And it was just it's really nice to see that. I'm actually really proud of how they engaged with everybody throughout the day. They're a good choice.
Yeah, they were great. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, the nice thing is, for me, the skaters end up taking the lead and going, well, actually, I want to go and shoot. I want some shots over there. So like, you'll follow me and be done with it. So it took the control out of our hands. So yeah, absolutely amazing. So so awesome. So let's just go back to Mark then. I know you're kind of sitting in the wings, seeing all these amazing shots, Mark. So but let's bring you on quickly to talk about the retail side of what was going on. So for you, Mark, how great was this event to do?
Yeah, look, I mean, we started off talking about how the event came about, and we had an initial discussion, and I totally understand why you're looking at other avenues to get customers to try their kit they bought, or looking to test new kit and so on. So, and anything fast moving, a lot of cameras out there these days, especially in the last few years, including yourselves, in terms of tracking and hit rate and accuracy is really, is at that point of being very, 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 very good. And it's a competitive market, as you know. So, look at, it was so easy to say, yes, let's do this, because in terms of getting access to a venue like this, as a photographer, a lot of people probably won't approach businesses because, they're not interested in somebody coming to just take photos and, unless you're in a big group and you're willing to pay, money towards it, people just don't bother. So it's all about community. So, when we discussed the event, it was a no-brainer. The opportunity to bring customers in to test product, to meet like-minded people, and that really is what I've been doing for 20 years with different brands and different retailers, and now I'm at WEX as head of events. Our job is to build a community, and whether customers are just from other retailers or they're our own customers, we want to put these events on with brands like yourself to give those opportunities to people to try kit, ask the experts, and be led and inspired by the environment. And our customers saying, when are you going to do the next one? Or this is fantastic, and why aren't there more of these kind of things on? So it just proves that there's not enough of these kind of experiential events out there, especially in the photographic industry. So our job is, as WEX, as my team, myself, is to support brands like yourself to try and obviously get people to test. And the commercial side of it is, yes, we hope then, whether it's on the day or a bit later, the customer comes back to us and purchases that product based on the inspiring day they have. As a retailer, our job then is to continue that journey with that customer afterwards. So it isn't just the event, the hit, and then we walk away. We want to continue building that relationship with that customer, whether it's in Bristol or Manchester, London, Glasgow. We've got 14 shops across the UK. So, Tim, if you can open another one of these in every city where we've got a shop, that'll be fantastic.
So every empty Debenhams.
There we go, right?
There's plenty of them.
There's a project for it. Yeah, there's a project for you there. But no, I think seriously, it's great to, and on the day we work with the brands like yourself to offer something to the customer that, an offer that you wouldn't necessarily get outside, the event. And the thing is, we're in an industry where, whether it's ourselves or another retailer, everyone gets a very level playing field. So whether it's WEX doing an event now or another retailer doing an event down the road in a few months' time, we all offer the customer, very competitive offers. So yeah, it's our job to try and influence and build a community. So we really, thank you for giving us the opportunity. It was a really easy decision, and look at the photos we're going to see now. Everyone had a great time. We want to do more of these events with yourselves and other brands as well. So yes, really good.
Good. You literally answered all 4 questions I had for you in one answer. So
there we go.
I'm happy with that. So we don't need to go any further, but stick around because obviously we've got a bit more, and obviously you can put some input into some of the pictures and stuff. So my slides don't want to move today. That's fine. Trick wise, obviously I had the opportunity to go around and look at the venue beforehand and kind of set up what we were going to do for the day. And these were kind of the hot spots I found. But we ended up doing, I think it was 7 shots in the end, seven different sets. And did anyone got any kind of feedback on kind of, should we have done any more, any different on those, or were they kind of the big ones for us to do you think? Anyone?
Yeah, I think you hit. I think you hit definitely the standout areas within the building for sure. Obviously, some were a bit more high octane than others. But I think the boys were kind of grateful for just grinding some rails right towards the end there, they've been going big all day, but yeah, no, I think certainly from my perspective, I think we hit all the key areas without doubt.
Can I add to that? I think if I look at it from a customer perspective and leaving that venue after the customer's left, if I had taken part as a customer to walk away with 7, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, did we 6? 7?
So there were 7 in the end.
7, 7. Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize actually there was that many. I'd be really pleased. I've got, a load of photographs of different areas, different lighting, different stunts, just excellent. And, where else, could you get this kind of amount of content in a short space of time? It's the challenge is if you do another 7, I think people run out of time, and I think you're pressurizing them people to, I must do that and I must do that. I think it was so well, the flow was so good that I think everyone would have walked away going, my goodness, that was 1, good value for money, and 2, I got some shots that I probably would never have got in the past. And I think I think one particular area that was really popular was where the no thank you shopping logo was. Everyone was,
Yeah.
you know, all, you know, underneath, on the top, round the side, you know, it was very popular. And you know, no doubt we'll see some images around that as well. So yeah, I think it was a good number.
So, yeah, I'm still going to praise my image of the no thank you shopping shot there. I love that. So
I was going to say that is amazing. Like the lighting and the way that it's framed looks wicked. Like I think the artist, so Rich T, he has studio space there, and he's a graffiti artist. That's one of his pieces. I have to show that to him. He's going to love that.
So I'll send it to you later. So I love it. All right, so we're going to pass over to Craig now, who's been quietly sat in the wings there, waiting for me to bring up technical stuff. I know, technical stuff. We all have to learn it at some point.
It's the fun stuff.
Yeah. For us, we get to play with this stuff every day, right? So, so Craig, when obviously we thought about doing this event, we obviously had a few discussions about kind of what to bring, what cameras to use, and obviously the initial one for us was always, let's bring an OM1 Mark II, because that'll do, you know, the pro capture, 120 frames, or whatever it is, and go nuts on all the freeze action and all that stuff. But we kind of moved away from that and went, let's do OM3, didn't we? And do you want to kind of explain why we moved towards OM3 for this?
Yeah, well, pretty much everything you said about the OM1 Mark II. So the OM3 does it all anyway. So it has your pro capture, so you can pre-capture the image before it's come in. It still has the same sensor as the OM1, so you're getting the same performance, image quality, and it has got the urban aesthetic. So it's very much the retro style camera. So it's what I choose personally to shoot on anyway. So it is, I class it as the flagship urban camera. So for me, it does it all. But yeah, so you can still do 120 frames per second to really capture every part of the action. I normally recommend people limit it down a bit because there's just too many images. So I think most people are shooting 50 frames per second down to 20 frames per second. But that's how then, when Tim's asking how you capture those tricks, when I'm going through my images, I've got probably 40 images of each trick. So, and then for me, I was trying to, as I was going along, mentally remember which ones didn't land, because I'm guessing the skaters would be able to see it's a trick they haven't landed. So it's one of those you can literally see every moment of the action. So yeah, and then obviously for those who love black and white like myself, you have your color dial on the front. So I just whacked mine into mono. I always shoot raw as well, so I've got a full color image to edit later date. But for me, most images I take out of the camera in black and white anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, it's an all singing, all dancing camera. It just looks like it isn't, so it looks like an old film camera. Yeah,
exactly that. Yeah, it's a phenomenal piece of kit, and like I said earlier, you play with it for 20 minutes and you just fall in love with it. It's a no hassle free camera that you just pick up, start using, and yeah, it just never comes back out of the hand. So so what we will say is get to your local WEX store, get it in your hands, get it played with, and I'm sure each store will have stock to move it out. So
Can I just add to that? This is why these events are amazing, right? Because you guys brought so much kit, you know, and there was a number of people there that really wanted to test it, you know, very safe environment, had a great time with it. You know, when you mix in things like offers or trade-in offers, you know, you want to part exchange your old product in, you know, you could walk away with a brand new camera, you know, paying, you know, not as much as you think you do. So these events aren't just about obviously inspiring and getting the best content. You know, I think customers are clever as well. They know they'll come to a lot of these branded retailer events like ourselves and know they'll get a good offer, you know, which you know is a reward for coming. So, you know, I tested the kit as well, and I didn't have that much time with it, but you know, it really did impress me in terms of autofocus and, you know, the way it was locking on. And you're right, it's such a stylish camera. I didn't realize again how light it is and how good it fits in. And I've got small hands, so it's, you know, it does help. I think, Chris, you said about being able to get in those angles that you wouldn't maybe necessarily get if you had a heavier camera, but each of their own. But yeah, no, it's, yeah, just wanted to say that, but thank you.
Sure.
No, camera wise is good. And so I know we've only got Krish and Mark for kind of 5 more minutes. So I'm just going to spin things up a little bit really, really quickly. So Craig, you've got out of doing more technical work. It's all right.
Yeah, that's right. If anyone wants to know anything else, then obviously come and find us. We've got loads of events. I think you'll touch on them later, Richard, but ultimately we're approachable. So what we like to do is to get the kit into people's hands for people to try it and for you to leave happy, basically. So
yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to go straight to the top 5 images. We can scoot back to some of them later from the day. What I think of the top 5 images. Krish, not all of them are yours. None of them are yours, in fact. So apologies. So what I'm going to do, so let me just remove this and I will find them and we'll kind of get that. Here we go. And I'll re-add it in. So, ready for the first one? I'm waiting for Tim to kind of explode in tears or happiness over these shots. So, here you go. Number 1.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's very good. That is very good.
Yeah.
So, that's testament as well to Benny's pop and how he's got his knees tucked up into his chest there. Yeah. It's such a nice... It's perfectly timed shot, but it's such a nice pose to be getting into. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it really, really is a good one. And to be fair, we didn't even set up for that shot. It was them that we were like, we're pretty much almost done for the night. They were like, no, we're doing this last big one, and kind of really pulled it out of the bag. The next other couple is these guys. So another wall plant, and then obviously that dual jump as well. The ping point I would say from this is that most of the lighting was quite white in there. So the customer actually went quite yellow to contrast with the purple jackets and stuff like that. I think they were just really, really good, fun efforts. And I like the stretch on the white T-shirt there. So I think that was quite powerful.
It's nice to see 2 skaters as well, I think, isn't it? It's rare. You normally just get the one, so it's nice to have 2 in the image as well.
It's definitely unusual. It's definitely harder to see.
It took quite a few attempts, but yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll move on to these 2, because these 2 are really, really unique. So again, we've got the other side of that jump. Yeah. Super. So what's your thoughts, guys? Let me know.
The one on the right hand side there, wedged in that sort of transition is absolutely wild. I love that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I love that one.
Yeah, I was intrigued to see what he would get, because as you can see, I'm stood at the pillow at the back, and I was just watching, because he was literally like, Benny wasn't far from his head. He's obviously got an 8mm fisheye on, so he looks further away, but he was very close. So it's like, that guy was, he was up for it. Let's put it that way. So
for sure.
It's a quality image. I like both of them, but the one on the right is fantastic.
I love them both. I love how the lighting, especially on the left-hand side, is so cold, and the concrete kind of industrial ceiling. It's like it's like some kind of war bunker.
Sure.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah.
That's your next venue, isn't it? A war bunker. Let's go find one.
Why not? Yeah.
And this guy as well, it was the first time he picked up an OMSYSTEM camera, so he just picked it up intuitively straight away. He was taking images, so it was that to me is what impresses me with the system sometimes as well. So
for sure.
So, let's move on to something a little bit different, just quickly. So, love the motion blur in this. So when things get a little bit too dark for you, what do? You just motion blur it and pan out of it. And such a creative shot. I love it.
I actually really, really like that.
Yeah.
I think there's something that's so cool in that from a skateboarding perspective as well, because there's just, you can tell that he's crouching and it's all about the potential and what's going to happen next. Like, he looks focused in on something. It's so cool. Yeah. It's really good. It's all about the potential, the movement, the speed, and the potential in there. It's wicked.
Yeah. All right, we've got 2 more images. So I actually really love the shot as well. So what was meant to be like a B-roll shot just ended up actually being a proper shot, I think. So all that backlighting, and obviously, we normally don't want to put bums in the picture, right? But for some reason, it does actually just work, I think. So.
It shows you how close to the action as well. you can get, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. And then last image is this one, which I think is just angles, just everything spot on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Tim,
It's
what's your thoughts? Give us something on this. Is it the best shot?
Do you know what? I prefer the blurred one. I just like,
Okay.
I know that there's like the timing in this is really, really good. The skating is obviously better because it's not just somebody going along on the ground, but like there's something about like, I don't know, like creatively, like the story untold in the really blurry image. It's like what is going to happen that kind of keeps me wanting to look back at it, and like I can just project onto it whatever I want almost. So like artistically, I love that somebody's chosen to like take a picture of no skateboard action and just let us fill in those blanks. You know, I'm not any kind of disrespect to this picture whatsoever. But out of all of them, that one's my favorite, weirdly, and I wouldn't say that it would be before looking through them at all.
So this one's probably the most technical, kind of technically framed, technically timed, whereas the other one's obviously a much more creative image. So there's very two polar opposites, but I would say all those images are absolutely stunning. So they all do a really good job. Better than what I can take anyway. So, but we'll find out next time, right? So just to give me 2 more minutes, guys. And so talking about next times, another great little image, by the way, whoever took this one, I love it. So we are very pleased to announce we are running this again. And the details are here. So we are going to be running it on the 15th of October, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And yeah, the price is right. So until August, it is £35 a ticket. And then going up to 50 after August. We haven't put a cap on how many are attending yet, so sorry, Tim. We'll discuss that later, I'm sure.
It won't be 500.
No. But we can guarantee that Chris is going to be back on board and show you how to do everything and be a technical mastermind and, you know, get you all those shots that we just saw. Live skater wise, we'll have those guys back, I believe. Is that right, Tim?
I'm going to be
back.
Yeah, I'm going to be working to find. I'm definitely going to approach those two guys again, but I'm going to be working to find another person as well, at least one other person. I'm so tempted to get involved as well, but I feel like I've only got one spot in me for a day. I can't do the full day.
You can do a 15 special, Tim. 15 minutes. Yeah.
Right, we're going to do a 15-minute Tim special. So you have to do all of them all at once.
We want to see some horns raised in the comment section if we want to see Tim. Right?
It's like this.
Drop some emojis in the comments.
Like the athletic challenge of the stamina involved in skating these it's like there's 6 different spots throughout the day. It's mad to me. I can't believe the two guys kept up with it. So yeah. Definitely going to add another skater in the mix. Might pop out myself.
Yes,
see it, bro.
That's what we want to hear.
We want to see
it. So brilliant. Along with that, you've obviously got the OM team for the day as well. So if you want to come along and just ask us some questions, you got me, you got Craig, you probably have Claire and a few of the other guys as well. So make sure you come and see us for that, just in case as well. And then Mark, you're coming back. You're coming back for the 15th as well.
Yeah,
you bring your team with you.
We are. We're working. I forgot to mention we've got 14 stores across the UK. So this being in Bristol, our Bristol store, we'll have our team there as well, and we've also got Epsom coming along as well. So we want to try and have a kind of from concept to print. So on the day, people will be able to print their images out, which was great. So you have to take part, Tim, to have that amazing shot on top of your mantelpiece.
I mean, that is
That's
exciting,
right.
isn't it? That is a really, really good offer. I think as a skateboarder, and I don't think it's going to be hard for me to get other people to want to be involved in it. I reckon there's going to be loads of people that want to be involved in it.
Yeah.
The event is live as well, so
yes,
book your ticket.
Yeah. So I'm just posting the links in the chat now, so just copy and paste them into your search browser so you can get on board. I'm also just sending in all the other bits for the location and Krish and for WEX in general and for us. So yes, we'll have some exciting offers on the day as well. And we're still building this, right? So we've only actually really just got this announced like today. So like it's not even live on OM's event page yet. So that goes on live on Monday. So so that's how quick this has been. So it's a really, really exciting place to be. And yeah, hopefully we're going to make it an even better day. And hey, those guys that are already been around once and come again, I'm sure. And we'll get another time around. So so make sure you get on board. Make sure you book your tickets really quick and early to get that discount on it as well, and just make it happen. And I know that two of my team, the guys here, just need to leave. So Krish and Mark, very much thank you for coming on board.
Thank you for having us, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been great. Thank you. Really do appreciate it. Lovely to talk to you.
No worries. No worries. Thank you, guys. So thank you, guys, and we'll see you guys soon. There we go. Right. So Tim, did you want to see some more images before we finish? Just quickly.
Yeah, go for it. Let's have a little the ones that I haven't seen before. There's, loads of those is the first time I've seen them. There was a few that popped out on the social media feed that I'd seen before, but most of those I had.
So yeah, most of those we've been keeping quiet from you, to be honest. So I'm gonna. Here we go. So actually, this one in itself is great. I love this one.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is like the next event. I think, like these are really good things to have, like a moment in time to be involved in this and be in this building as well. It's pretty fun because it's all going to be demolished.
Well, this is the thing. So when you told me when our first meeting, like this place is not going to be around forever, I was just like, well, this isn't an event just to capture some skateboard shots, right? This is an event to capture this moment in time, capture this, what's happening with this building. And because it's just a standstill point in time to make work. And yeah, I can't wait to do this event again because I just had a blast last time. So and I can't wait to kind of, I think I'm going to actually try and shoot myself next time as well. So we'll actually see what I can do. See if we
get a bit more involved. Yeah, I'm kind of inspired at the moment. Currently, when there's I'm not in the skate park and there's not a bunch of people crowded around.
Right. So we're all doing it next week then, aren't we? So here's a couple more for you. So real freeze frame stuff. So real classic looking images. I love it. And the blaster color. Obviously, a lot of people monotoned their colors, right? And kind of, or creamed their colors or bleached their colors out. But this person went full on blaster color, which is lovely.
Yeah, I think the one of George here, I think the skateboard company's already used it on their Instagram because it's obviously got the board name on there and everything. Yeah, so it's like, it's a nice image. You'd want that to be, if you were I don't know if he's Nike or whatever he's wearing, but if that was your jumper, you'd want that to be an advert for your kit anyway, wouldn't you? Your gear. So it's like, that's a quality shot. And then with the no thank you shopping in the background, I love it.
Yeah. Very like, if you know the space, you know where that is. I like that. I like the way it all relates to the space. Yeah.
And we've got more for you. Yeah. So I know these are a bit small probably on screen, but again, some really, really lovely kind of, I like, can I actually point to, I like this one here. Just because it kind of freezes that action, but it just gives you almost like a look of the surrounding of what's going on, So we're not just focusing necessarily on that skater, we're focusing on everything that's going on around it. So.
A lot of these shots kind of capture the ceiling. It's funny, like you shoot down low and point up towards the skater, right? And when I'm in that building, I'm hardly ever looking at the ceiling. It's funny. Yeah. And so like the one that you just pointed to, the kind of like the grid going off into the background with the light. So cool. Really
You're going to walk into that building tomorrow and just look at it totally different.
Yeah, this is it.
But it does make such a good backdrop to the images, because if it was just a plain white ceiling, it would just look so flat. But it just adds that texture, doesn't it? It works.
Yeah, that's it. And then some more kind of scenic shots as well. I love some high-powered flash going on as well.
Right.
Lovely. And then let's go into some more black and white quickly.
Oh, that's quality.
So,
The one on the right, I love that.
Yeah. I had to keep that kind of big, ready to go on the slideshow, because it's just one, it's just so sharp for one.
Yeah, it's quality. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Kind of, yeah. So I'm not even sure what he's actually quite doing there, to be honest. But
do you know what? I feel like he's probably just like, I don't know if he's skating or bailing or popping up onto the platform, but
it's hard to tell.
The quality of the image is insane.
Yeah. That background separation, it's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, it's a really nice image.
Yeah, I would say that's something like a 45mm 1.2 or something like that. It's got to be somewhere around that. And then we go slightly a bit more creative stuff again.
Yeah.
So
I like that. I like the kind of abstract approach to it, where it's a bit harder to read what's actually going on. I think it is quite fun as well. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know anything about photography, so I don't know how hard it is to create from one to the other. But I kind of like when I flick through skateboard magazines, if there's an image that I'm like, I have to take a minute to work out what's actually going on.
Yeah. For me, that just shows the amount of power that skater is pushing through, right?
Yeah.
And it shows the speed and the power they're really kind of pushing for. So they're like to the point where the camera is going, or the person holding the camera is going, oh my God, I need to move as quickly as possible. So yeah, it just adds to that. Let's see what else we've got. These are the last ones. So again, a bit more creative stuff in the middle.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I like all three of those. Good images. I love, again, it's hard to tell because it's a small image, but the one on the right of it's hard to tell, but it looks like the face is sharp and everything else isn't. So yeah, it's a quality image of that.
Yeah.
And I like almost the double exposure in the middle. It's kind of, I'm guessing using the flash has had that effect. It's a nice grungy image. That's, to me, is like 90s skateboarding. It's nice.
Yeah.
And then I love the hood up on the left. I think all three of those, they make a great group, those three. Yeah,
they're all three quite stylish poses. They're well captured at the peak of what's going on, you know, like like the one on the left is particularly like the hands
could be dancing or something.
Yeah, it's really good. That's nice. I like that.
So, there we go. So overall, Tim, are you happy with the images we managed to get you? Overall?
Oh yeah, really happy. I mean, like, this is like, I keep on saying, like, you know, it's a moment in time. Like, we're only there for a short period of time. So the more people that we can work with, the more exposure we get for our project, and the more ways we document this project, it's just so good for us. So to have this many people in our building for a purpose that, like, you know, isn't the most obvious one. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love that. And then to have all these mementos from it, it's brilliant. It is amazing for us. It really is.
That's it. Well, you got to think, we had 25 people come in and shoot skateboarding. All of them got 25 sets of memories from that building and from your venue. So, you know, these are just a snippet of a few people sharing that. So imagine what everyone else got as well. So
yeah, exactly.
Really good. So
very positive.
So let me just do some admin stuff before we finish. So one thing you might know is that for me and Craig, we go and do a lot of events. Okay, we've got a lot of stuff lined up all the way currently into November on the screen here. So and we've got a lot of WEX roadshow days coming up. So I know a few are kind of tomorrow, which we're not doing, but from kind of next week onwards, we are going quite heavy with them, starting with Bristol and Birmingham. So you'll see us in and about. So if you want to try the gear firsthand, if you want to try that OM3 with a 75mm or a 20mm or an 8mm fisheye in this case, then come and see either myself or Craig, and we'll get you sorted, and yeah, hopefully you'll fall in love with it. So yeah, make sure you come and see us at some of the events. On top of that, if you did want to purchase through OM directly, we are doing save up to 50% on certain kit throughout the summer. So make sure you get onto our website to see that, or get into your local stores because they will be running some of the same promotions as well. And from there, if you remember right, this is an OM's talk. So what that means is we also have a hashtag to kind of follow and submit images to. And we'll then show them normally on our big OM talks that we do once a month. The current theme is summer activity. So if skateboarding is your summer activity, then send us a load of skateboard shots and a hashtag OM talks into Instagram, and we will show them on our next OM talks, which would be great. And yeah, that is it from us, guys. I'm just going to bring up the details one last time so people can get on board. Questions from you guys, and any feedback, any talk?
No, thank you for having me, Richard. It's weird to be this side of the screen, but it's good as well. So thank you for having me, and I look forward to doing more in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been a fun opportunity to be involved in the event, and a kind of fun and interesting, different kind of evening as well.
Yeah.
Well, no worries. Well,
you've been a natural, Tim.
You have. Yeah. So stay on board with me. So thank you to the viewers. Thank you for kind of getting on board. Great to see some comments. Some of the guys that actually came to the event are actually kind of commented as well. So really, really good to see them coming in and seeing some of the images. So thank you for that. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one, everyone. So thank you very much and goodbye.